This segment is sponsored by New Perspective Financial Solutions. Thousands of federal employees could face a tough decision in these coming months: return to the office under new policies or retire early. But is retiring now the right move? And how can you preserve your hard-earned savings in the current economic climate? Well, here to help us out is Tavon Jackson. And Tavon is a financial advisor and the founder of New Perspective Financial Solutions, a DC-based firm that focuses on preparing people for retirement. Welcome back.
Thanks for having me. I think I'm gaining a little weight.
You got to fit into the new chair here.
Yeah, how are you?
I know so many people are debating what to do. In COVID, we all went home. They were really used to remote work. Now they're looking at possibly having to go back to the office, but maybe they're considering retiring instead. Is that what you're hearing a lot?
Yeah, so if you think about it, nobody's really been in the office since COVID. And if somebody comes in and say, hey, now you have to come in 5 days a week, then you're going to naturally say, I quit. But before you make that decision, you can't make any emotional decisions when it comes to retirement. And when you're planning for it, most people do what their coworkers do. They take a look at their TSP balance and say, hey, I'm going to call it quits, but you actually have to put together a financial plan. So we have this cool software called Retirement Analyzer. And the way it works, it has you retire 1,000 times. And out of those 1,000 times, it tells you how many of those instances that your money is going to last you for the rest of your life.
Wow.
So if we do the software and 10 out of 1,000 your money is going to last, then you need to go back to work. But you can't make emotional decisions, so that's why you have to come in and put together a plan.
But we want to make an emotional decision right now. I know, we got to make the smart decision. Okay, I know federal employees, they want to ensure that they can count on their retirement income. How do they make sure they do that if they leave earlier than planned?
Yeah, so your income's going to come from 3 buckets.
Okay.
Your pension, your Social Security, and your TSP. The problem, though, is that the TSP can go up and down. They're talking about the new administration maybe cutting Social Security, food stamps, and Medicare. So really, the only thing you can really rely on is your pension. So most of our clients, we recommend setting up a 4th pension. And the way you do that is that we have the exact same investment as the federal government pension. The only difference is that instead of paying into it for 30 or 40 years, you're doing it as a lump sum. So what you do is you go to tsp.gov and you do a 59.5 rollover, or if you left the job, you can just roll it over regularly. You're going to put it into an annuity where every year you don't touch it, it will grow. But when you decide to touch it, you'll get a monthly check for the rest of your life and your spouse's life. So now you have 4 streams of income, and that's usually the best time and the best way to retire.
Okay, and you can help someone set all of that up.
Absolutely.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, what do federal workers need to know if they are thinking of utilizing their retirement money early?
So you got to be careful, because not every financial advisor is a fiduciary. So when you retire, let's say you retired at 56. Some advisors might say, hey, take your TSP and roll it into an IRA, but they don't tell you that you can't touch it till 59 and a half. So when you retire from the government early, you can touch your TSP after the age of 55. So you can be 55, 56 and touch it, but if you have a 401k IRA, you got to wait till 59 and a half. Another reason why you might want to roll your money over eventually is because of taxes. So when you pull money out the TSP, they only take out 20% federal, whether you're in the 20% bracket or not. And they take out no state. So every time you take out money to buy a car or go on vacation, you're going to owe state taxes every single time. But if you have an IRA, you can adjust the amount of taxes that they withhold.
Okay. I love this next part.
Okay,
Let's say you don't want to draw attention to yourself. You are thinking about all this. You're like, should I retire early? Should I leave my job? But you don't want to, draw that attention to you. How do you go about figuring out your pension and all the behind the scenes
You don't want
details?
your boss to get mad at you, right?
Yeah, you don't want to go to HR for this, right?
Yeah. So what you do is you get a piece of paper and you write down these 3 things. Your high 3, your years of service, and 1%. Or 1.1%. So that's the formula to calculate your pension. So your high 3 is your highest 3 years of working. And if you don't know what that is, use your salary now. Let's say it's 100,000. And if you did 30 years, you'll put that for your years of service, and you'll put 1%. So that'll be a $30,000 a year pension, but that's your gross pension. People don't know the difference between gross and net. So when you get your gross pension, a lot of stuff's going to come out of it. Taxes, your health insurance, your life insurance, your dental, your vision.
It's a big chunk.
It's a big chunk. So you have to plan with the financial advisor to put all these what ifs and all these deductions in your plan.
So come to you, not to HR.
That works. That works for me.
To have a plan. Okay, then in terms of the market, we've seen a lot of volatility at the start of the year. Can we do anything right now to preserve that nest egg?
You can. So I don't think the market going down is a bad thing if you're working. Okay. Think of it like a Black Friday sale. Like after Thanksgiving, people were lined up at the stores to go shopping because everything was on sale. But when the stock market goes on sale, which is the largest store in the world, people leave. You can't do that. You got to do the opposite of what everybody else is doing. So what I would say is that the TSP has funds that are safe. There's a fund called the G Fund, but it's like a money market. You won't make anything.
Okay.
So there's investments that we have called a fixed index annuity where your money can actually grow like a stock, but you also will be 100% principal protected if the market were to go down. So if you're a little nervous about the administration and what the fluctuations will be, that's something you want to do when you retire.
All the answers right here. So many more questions. I know for you at home, if you want to make sure that you are on the right track for retirement, New Perspective Financial Solutions has an offer for you. Tavon wants to help preserve and continue to grow your money while also helping you create a reliable income stream. So right now, for the first 5 callers and anyone else with a portfolio of $250,000 or more, he's offering a complimentary retirement income plan. This will allow Tavon's team to sit down with you personally, or you can schedule a call to make sure that you are on the right track for retirement. The number to call is 240-335-8366. Again, it's 240-335-8366.